Bitch, I'm a pothead. If you saying with smoke, fuck
Can
it.
you believe we're on number 11?
11? Damn. Time flies when you're having fun.
It's weird to think about. I actually think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel free to rip a dab if you want to dab.
Yeah, I'll have to tap in there. I think about it, like, even... I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and I went to say, like, we've been doing this for a month, and, like, that's not even true anymore. Like, it's been longer than that. This is about... Wait, because in, like, the weeks itself, like, 8 episodes is 2 months, and we're at 11 episodes. So we're 1 away from 3 months of uploads.
That's consistent. Dude, that's fucked up to think about.
Mm-hmm.
That's very fucked up to think about.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this shit for a minute. And, like, I've been having so much fun doing it.
Well, it gives you that, like, that 1 day a week. For me, it's like that 1 day I can take off and just do something different from work.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
It's I don't know how to say it. It's like the recovery.
Yeah, yeah. It's also good in, like, a social sense. Like, I can come here and reflect my week to you. You know what I mean? Like, talk
Bounce
about all this
ideas.
shit. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't here last week.
Right, yeah, that
So
was
I
our
haven't-
week off.
Yeah, so I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Oh,
It's
what's
been a
been
minute.
up? What's been up?
Aw, dude, just steady with work and school as always. Keeping busy.
Yeah.
Doing stuff at home because, like, we're still dealing with all the flood shit.
Oh, yeah, because that was, what, 2 months ago? 3
I
months ago
feel like it
now?
was 3.
Right before I think right before we started thinking about the pod.
Yeah. Because then I moved upstairs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's been, like, my parents do a lot more than I do, but it's been a lot of
Right.
work.
You still have the basement all, like, torn apart, like, drywall-wise?
Yeah. It's kind of a cluster, but it's okay. It happens. The thing with us was, like, we just did our kitchen had a leak. And so we had to do my main floor. And we finally just finished all of that, like, working through our insurance company, doing the main floor. And my mom finally gets that all done. She's content, and our basement floods, and she's got to restart, like, the process all over again for the basement.
You rip
now,
out
right?
the kitchen, you redo the kitchen, you redo the upstairs,
Yes.
then you get flooded in the basement, then you got to move upstairs.
Yes. Yeah, so I got flooded out of my bedroom. Thankfully, we had, like, my brother's bedroom upstairs available because he moved out.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so I blessed up with that. I got a nice bedroom out of it.
The nice
still.
loft?
Yeah, it's nice up there. So I can't complain too much. It's not like it was that much. It wasn't a downgrade at all, right? But yeah, a little extra work for the White family. That's my last name. Not racist. For those that don't know, yeah.
I was just about to
Dude,
say,
when I was a
people are
kid, that was always like something that would come up for no reason. There's this one kid. He'd always look me dead in the eyes and be like, "Dude, you're so racist." And I'm like, "Why? Like, what are you talking? What makes me racist? Why?" And he's just like, "Dude, your last name is White. Like, you are so racist." I'm like, "What the hell does that have to do with anything?" But yeah, dude, I think of this sometimes. You know how you'll see businesses with people's last names, right? Like, you could open a business around your last name.
Yeah.
I could never do that. Think about if I was to start a tattoo shop, White's Tattoo Shop. No, that doesn't work.
The White's Clothing Co.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't. It just comes across as exclusive and racist. Like, it's just terrible, bro. I could never start a business with, like, my last name attached to it.
I think the only one that would fly would be a cocaine business.
Yeah, that's the only way that it would work, right? That's the only time you're looking for solid white. Like, that pure 100% white.
La cocaína también es mi hombre.
Yo tengo mucha.
Welcome back to the Second Spliff, your favorite smoking podcast.
We back up
Today
here.
we're on the cocaine conversation.
Nah, like, dude, it's just something that it's been weird because, like, yeah, as a kid, like, people just saying dumb stuff like, "Oh, you're racist." Like, you don't even know me.
But, like, think about, like, your last name's so, I can't say common because I don't know if I've ever really, I had one person growing up in my class with the last name White.
Okay.
Other than that, you're the only other person I know. But think about how many complex last names there are. Like, you can barely pronounce my last name.
I agree. That was
And then,
a chore.
Foreign, like, just, I don't know, bro. Last names are such a weird thought. Like, how many are there in the world?
Oh, so many different surnames.
And everybody has, a lot of people have the same.
Yeah.
But, like, not everybody's related.
No,
where does
no.
the tree start? Where does the tree end? And how
Well-
the fuck did we end up with so many doppelgangers and duplicates?
You kind of said it yourself. Like my neighbor across the street, his last name's White. No relation.
Really?
No relation. Like I don't know bro at all. So I'm pretty sure they're French.
Oh.
And originally their last name was like LeBlanc or something. Like you know what I mean?
Really? What?
Yeah, and then over time they like changed it to White as they were.
I know
but-
a couple LeBlancs.
Yeah, but that's the same last name. It's just French, right? Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
White
yeah,
in French.
LeBlanc,
yeah.
White, yeah.
So like we have the same last name. It's just a different language.
So like, okay. So if we're talking about that, say you got all the people of your name in English, and you got everybody with your name in French. Where does the name run deep enough to where you can tie it back to all the people from different continents?
Like where is like the origin of the name in a
Well,
sense?
think about Genghis Khan, right? When bro was taking over the world and shit, fucking every single island, fucking country, civilization, he stormed.
Yeah.
He was pilgriming villages.
Having lots of
fucking-
kids.
Exactly. Bro, I think it's like 75% of the world has some sort of like relation to this guy if you
Damn.
follow it back.
Okay,
I'm gonna look that
yeah.
up. Actually, I'm
Because if you think about it, right, it was at a time where population was lesser, and like it would have contributed to a lot
Yeah.
of the growth, and then everyone is that's weird. That's
Genghis Khan.
well, okay. So would the pillaging be from him exactly? Because like think about how much pillaging he himself would have to do. Like bro is a king. Like kings don't do their own bidding. You know what I mean?
At
Like
pictures of bro right now. He was an ugly motherfucker. I get he was a ruler, but like
usually
y'all
people
don't let bro
usually
into your
people
village.
who
like,
commit like mass amounts of murder aren't necessarily like all together. You know what I mean?
yeah, like genocides.
Yeah. Like, I don't think like he wasn't a cute kid and was like
No.
yeah
I want to
treated
know
nicely.
how he came to power. Genghis Khan, also known as Genghis Khan, was the founder and first Khagan of Mongol Empire, which
Okay.
later became the largest contiguous land empire in history. I've heard people say like we live closer to Genghis Khan than we did fucking something else or da 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 da.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
How many children did Genghis Khan have?
Because like even if he went to all like, there's no way he himself.
No. Known as the Super Father.
Ooh,
It's
that's
thought to have fathered
crazy.
many children with many different women. It is thought that Khan and hundreds of children had at least 4 official sons and 5 daughters with his primary wife. The exact number of children produced by the Mongol warrior is unknown, but it could be extremely high since he is thought to have had around 500 secondary wives.
That's unreal.
Um,
How can you put up with that many people?
8% of men across 16 different Asian ethnic populations shared the same Y chromosome pattern and create so many descendants that it is thought that this origin or person would have had such a huge number of sons.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro. So like,
If you were to do like that, like 23andMe shit, you'd be having like relation with
right,
millions
and that's
of people.
only in 2003. 6% from 16 different Asian ethnic populations.
Okay.
So he died in 1227.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only just taking this geneticist Chris Tyler Smith in 2003.
Yeah, so like all the like hundreds of thousands of people in the middle,
Yeah,
like all their kids
but,
and everything.
But what I'm getting from that is like bro's Y chromosome is still lurking in
Yeah,
2003.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, like, is that the definition of like successful, like being successful in what he was trying to accomplish? Because bro's legacy lived hundreds
you
and hundreds and
created-
hundreds of years after him.
But does that mean just like, okay, all right, now this is gonna sound kind of out of pocket, but like, at what point do you start putting a barrier between like crossbreeding and fucking incest? Because if
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
sharing the same Y chromosome,
Well,
then,
like,
like
I
feel
think
like-
it would be so down the line that if it would be such a small percentage of shared
Right.
genetics.
Well, I guess then at that point, like if he's going to all these different continents and all these places is not really like crossbreeding if he's only hitting one person and fucking impregnating another one and then this and that and then dipping out. Like they're not fucking each other after that. Like,
Exactly.
that's so weird. Like, I don't know, thinking about like not modern day rulers, but like olden time people compared to modern day rulers, like we've got genocides happening right now, right under our own fucking nose, and we don't know it. Well, like we know it, but like we can't really do nothing about it.
Yeah. Well, you can share it on your Instagram story.
Yeah, free this place, free that place.
Yeah.
Let's fund another $1 billion foreign war.
Right. So my thing with it is like, you don't have to, unless you're directly related to it. Like if it's your country that's involved, like shout your side, you know what I mean? But if you are not related, your only protest should be no war. It shouldn't be like picking a side. It should just be like on the concept of like, dude, think about in the 60s and stuff like that when it was all that like love and peace era. Like it wasn't like, America in the war. They were just saying no war, period. They were tired of the fighting. And I think that's like what we're missing right now is like it should be that no war concept. We all agree that we don't want this war to be going on. It should be no war, not this place or this place. You shouldn't be picking sides. Like just overall be like no war.
And the part that blows my mind is I'm gonna get somebody thinking I'm an asshole for saying this, but you know what? I'm gonna voice my opinion because it's true. So the fact that like people saying, "Oh, free this place, fucking, I'm on this side, I'm on that side," I completely agree with you. If you are not from there,
right?
Why do you care so much?
Yeah, if you're from there, scream it from the rooftops,
exactly.
like chat your shit,
or go back and participate in your war.
Yeah, like I 100%.
I don't think we should be having protests in the streets of Toronto, Windsor, fucking Ottawa, bro. If you are that torn over a fucking foreign country, I get the Israelis have the banks and fucking Gaza Strip has been going on forever. Yes, whatever. But that's just the point. It's been going on forever. It's a centuries old debate between religion. That's throwing everything. Like, are we really going to invest ourselves that much into religion?
I'm just very realistic on what I like. If I was to, I don't necessarily feel that protests in our countries will stop anything there. Like it has no relation. They don't care what we as people have to say over here. Like they just don't care.
And even like our voting system has proved that. Like we've had a flawed election many years. And so it's like we're gonna protest in the streets. They took away the Trudeau government took away the transport truck drivers' bank accounts, bro.
That was crazy.
If that protest didn't show that our government is nothing, why the fuck are we still protesting?
Yeah, like it's realistically, I feel like protests, like the government lets us protest to let us think that we're doing something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they
want you to feel empowered.
Yeah.
They want you. Oh, we're right there. If you just keep doing it.
Yeah. But it's like in reality, it has like no
very, very little effect on
human the actual issue at hand. They're not going to change anything for you, unfortunately. Because if they cared, you wouldn't have the problem in the first place. Right? I think
we would have came to a solution before the problem.
Yeah. Well, like if they didn't, exactly. So I don't know. It's just my key thing, mind your business. So I can't speak too much on it because I don't know like the details of it.
That brings us back to the whole like mind your business. They've been fighting a war and battle for so many years. Obviously, they're oppressed. But why do we suddenly need to join in? We're not oppressed. We are trying to figure out our own country. We're not living in a third world. We're not this, that, and the other. It's just it blows my mind. Yeah, I'm just not with the people. I just don't like the people who are not a part of it that make themselves a part of it. Like why? And it's disrespectful in my opinion to the families that are actually going through travesty. If like you make it about you as somebody who's not affected, me who is in Canada, like how am I going to choose a side and complain and talk about it when it doesn't affect me? Like I have no relation to it whatsoever. We're not immigrants from that country. We're not fucking it's like we don't know. We haven't experienced it first.
Yeah, so I can't speak on it. I'm not going to tell you you're right, and I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
The people in the streets screaming, free this place, free that place, they're going home to their fucking, either their family, their fucking, their house that they're fucking, they can go into work tomorrow. Like, bro, you are not oppressed.
Yeah. It's very, very different over here. There's no, and like, we live in a relatively like small populated place in Canada, like compared to like the rest of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Big cities and shit like that. But like you don't see hate out here towards other groups of people. It's like Canada, especially over this like southern Ontario part, we're very inclusive. Yeah. Very, very
I think
inclusive.
the most hate I've seen is when fucking FIFA and soccer's going on and that shit's getting wild.
Yeah, people just get passionate behind all
rivalries,
means.
But other than that, that's the only hate you see in this.
Yeah. There's no like actual genuine hate for a person or their people or a collective. Like, so I don't know. We're not fighting over here. I got love for everybody. Like, I don't need to vouch on behalf of a war that ain't mine.
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense the way the world's headed, especially with like old wars. You could have a bullet fight. You could have a fucking everything fight. We are moving into nuclear weapons. We're already there. But like,
I think that's what like the problem is though, is it's no longer like gunfights and gunfights. You have people in these countries being bombed, like apartment complexes, families, children being bombed.
Like, you remember when you heard about obviously we weren't born yet, but in history class you heard about World War II, the fucking Nazis and shit running in after the Jews and fucking grabbing them up
Crazy
and doing all
shit.
that. Like, they were still kind of doing the same thing, but they weren't bombing hospitals and shit right away.
Different how like the technology has changed how we technically warfare is overall used, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, like, we have guerrilla warfare, we have psychological warfare.
think about the Cold War. We were at, like, technically not us, but like there was a war and nothing happened. Not a shot was fired. Nothing happened. We were at war and nothing happened because of the fear of nuclear. Like, the power alone that nuclear holds will stop all of that, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, you're right. Well, like, I got to thinking about it a lot yesterday because fucking Kobe. Tab?
Yeah.
I got to thinking a lot of it yesterday because yesterday was Remembrance Day. Had to go and get ourselves some fucking... Yes, sir. Always put a poppy on you so you never have to wear one. Always respect the fallen, lest we forget. But yeah, no, just in general, yesterday I was thinking about it. I came across the video of when the gunfire stopped and all the bombs stopped when the war ended and shit. And it was just... It was kind of like an eerie thought because, like, just out of nowhere, just boom, 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 and silence. Just 1 minute silence. But how do you know at that point that the war's over?
That's true.
Like, what if you go to stand up and bang?
Get your shit shut off.
Yeah.
Have to take
Twitter's a wild place, bro. I've been seeing some shit war related on Twitter. Just kind of related to that. You stand up, get your shit shut off. Like, bro, there was this... I can't explain it, but
we
like...
can't talk about it
just,
here.
no, there's
Terrible
fucking...
shit.
The videos coming out, but yeah, just the whole... How would you know, bro? I wonder what war is. I don't want to know what war is like, but just...
My favorite, like, war story, I guess, in a sense, is... I'm sure you know it, like, lots of people know it. I hope everyone does. But there was... Germany and American soldiers were on the line against each other, like, fighting each other and that. And they had a ceasefire on Christmas.
I did hear about
I believe they played a game of soccer and like they were just having fun, cutting it up, and then the next day
went
business. Right back to shooting at each other, which is like,
it's weird.
It kind of shows you like the human aspect of war. Tell me when you were a kid watching all the Remembrance Day stuff, war movies, like soldiers were soldiers, like they were badass people who wanted to like fight and kill. But now you realize me and you are the soldiers. We're at draft age. We're at, dude, like, that's not soldiers. That's me and you. And don't get me wrong, like, I'll step, sure, but, like, bro, I'm not trying to be, like, all the way overseas and shit. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, we, like, 18 years old, bro. 6 years ago, I would have been going to war.
Yeah. You would have been eligible for the draft.
6 years, bro. Like, the war would have been over by the time we got drafted, depending. If you turn 18, you get drafted into that war. That war only lasted, World War II was what, 4 or 5 years?
I thought that shit was long, bro. I might be wrong, but I thought that shit was long. Cause like I feel like that was like a good time. But still, like, yeah, we would have been outside at like fighting Germans and shit, bro.
No, 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
1939 to 1945 was World War II.
Okay.
How long was World War One? 4 years. So a total of 10 years. That was 1914 to 1918 was World War One.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we would have been 18. We would just be getting out of the war. Well, I would just be getting out of the war.
Yeah.
You would have probably
I'm a couple years behind.
been drafted 2 years in.
Yeah.
May 9th, 1945 was Victoria Day.
All that.
World War II began on September 1st, 1939, with the German invasion of Poland. So, okay, if we're considering 1939 and one invasion as the commencement of a world war, then would that put the invasion of Ukraine by Russia as the start to World War III?
If it became a world war, then yes. Like, if every country, or I guess not every country.
Well,
but
we're kind of almost already stepping into that direction. You have Israel and Gaza and all that shit, and then
it's not related. Like,
no, but Ukraine is putting all up in the fucking media. Oh, we need more attention. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro, this shit is all fucking played out to be
So,
some
like,
sort of weird shit.
it definitely is a possibility that it goes in that direction. But like, yeah, like the world wars were like 4 or 5 countries against 4 or 5 countries, and all of
Makes
them were
sense.
powerhouses and shit like that, right? You had the most powerful countries in the world at war with each other. Some were in some were in alliance, some were against each other, right? So like, I guess if that was to happen now, as in Canada backed Ukraine, right? And then America backed Ukraine, and then let's say China backed Russia, right? Now all of a sudden you have 4 countries in this war. So like that's your catalyst for the Third World War, in a sense, right? But like until that happens, it won't be that.
Yeah, that's true. We've got a whole bunch of treaties and shit signed with a bunch of countries, but at the same time, all those, like the trades and shit, that's going downhill fast.
The war was responsible for a lot of inventions. And I think it's kind of the same way. Like, I'm sure, like, the military had cell phones before we had cell phones. You know what I mean? Like, everything goes to the military first. And then, like,
I think the government has the most of everything before we do.
Yeah, but they're going to give their technology to the government because that's where... to the military. Like, the government's going to give it to the military because that's where it's most efficient. And then, not just that, but the military can perfect it and then turn it to a product.
That's true. But then in some cases, the military can't perfect it. Like, do you watch Rogan at all?
Yeah.
This one, Bob Lazar.
Yeah,
Area 51. He was part of the military. He couldn't figure it out. He had no idea what the fuck he was working on there.
Yeah.
Crafts and shit. But, like, if the government's giving that to the military for them to figure out, I think I'm wondering what kind of fucking crazy shit we got. Like, or the military has.
Yeah, well, military's got crazy shit, dude. Like, they 100% have things that we can't necessarily fathom because they haven't been invented yet, right? Like, they have been in their sense, but they're the only people that have access and classification to, or like, let's say aliens are real, and you can go on that whole argument of cell phones came from that. Like, we didn't have the technology until we had somebody else's technology to build off of.
Do you think the government, in a sense, then paves a way for where our society goes, no matter the turn of technology? Because if they have it first, they see how it works. So if they release something to the humans, I mean as general public, then obviously they're influencing you with media. So like the news is going to tell you this. But if you release this technology to try and get like TikTok, for example, you release TikTok and you send it to the masses. Everybody's fucking consumed. So I want to almost know what other things they've done it with to try and change the path of.
That's true. Well, you could think of like our whole society and the way our market works right now is kind of designed around making it easier for you to stay at home.
Yeah, it's like Wall-E in real life.
It's like and like that's kind of humans in a sense. We try to be like self-sufficient. So like you try to make everything as easy as possible so it's right there at your fingertips, right? But like the way the whole market is designed right now is like how to make your life more convenient so you can do everything from your bed.
Yeah, a lot more people since COVID have been working from home.
Right? Like
Amazon
every
delivers
invention
everything.
is have this iPad that controls your washing machine. So now you don't have to turn it on. You don't have to get up and turn it on anymore.
That's
right?
such a crazy thought. You can literally get up in the morning, click buttons to open your blinds, click
Yeah.
buttons to turn on your lights,
Yeah.
or click your phone, sorry, not buttons. You can order breakfast to your house. You don't even have to get out of bed. That
Uber
shit
Eats.
will be there.
Yeah.
You could get up, go get it, eat it, order your groceries, your fucking ride, your meal prep for the week.
All while
We
you're on
are
Zoom
lazy
at work.
as fuck.
Yeah. It's just how but that's just how the market's been designed, is like to make everything self-efficient, and in doing so you've created a world where nobody has to do anything.
Exactly. Like people, I understand why this world stinks, and I mean stinks as in people are fucking nasty. Nobody leaves the house. Everybody's so confined and so content in their own
I'm one of those
filth.
people, bro. I
But not-
love
like,
staying at home.
But you're not content in your own filth.
No,
I'm
no,
assuming
no,
you're a
no.
clean person.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
people, bro, who are probably working from home on their computer, not having
And
to
then
be
not doing it,
visible.
yeah.
Bro has not left the house because, say, fucking, as I was just explaining, they get up, they do what they got to do, and then, like you said, they're sitting at their fucking 9 to 5 at home, still ordering lunch, eating, probably not showered for fucking 3 days because guess what? Nobody got to see them.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like that's how it's all been designed. So I think that it definitely has some grounds on how everything's released to us, and like what we're being given controls how our society ends up, right?
I hate it here.
I don't like it. Do you want to switch it up to something more fun?
What's that?
Maybe I got a segment for you.
Oh, shit.
I got a little.
shit.
We'll switch it up. Move it to something else for a minute.
I hate it here. People just stink, man. If you out there and you listening to this and you are one of those people who sit at home and do not use pit stick, aka the good old, even beer would do it for you, man. I'd rather smell beer than some fucking BO.
Well, yeah, beer doesn't smell
Okay,
terrible.
quick story time before we get
Okay,
into your
bet.
segment. Remember when we used to go to fucking Windsor Weekend for Grand
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah.
Well, fucking the first year we went, now that I was just saying dump some shit on you. Remember Black Flies, those drinks? I just had a crazy flashback to fucking people who get super drunk and just dump bottles of Black Flies on people, and it smelled so bad. Like,
Yeah.
it smelled like we were on our way back fucking from Grand Ben, and you could just smell on fucking spilt all over everybody's shit, just Black Flies.
Yeah, and I feel like that would attract so many bugs.
Honestly, the bug, like, there weren't really bugs. It was just more so like you smelled so much liquor off of all this shit.
Yeah.
Like people were pulling over just to throw up because we couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
atrocious.
I don't know whose wild idea. Wow,
Just-
pouring it over people.
Yeah, someone is just too drunk having this time of their life. All right, I got some bars here for you, some lyrics. All right, from different rappers, and I'm gonna give them to you, not at all in any flow, just like a casual sentence. All right, and I don't expect you to necessarily get them right, but you're gonna have to give a little guess on who said it.
Who said it?
Okay.
Do I have to guess like the rapper, the fucking musician, or
The rapper, yeah. So you're gonna say like, if you had to guess like who said it, and it's more of a concept to blow you away like with the answer than for you to actually get the answer. I don't expect you to. There's too many artists in the world. All right. So we start off strong. All right. You look just like my rich auntie. She was the first person wearing blondie. I used to want to fuck my auntie.
that sounds like a Chief Keef bar.
I present to you Young Thug. right.
I see why bro's in prison.
All right. Next on the list. If I am a bitch, then I am the baddest bitch. Who says that?
I know it's not who I'm thinking. What was it? If
I am a bitch, then I'm the baddest bitch.
I feel it. It's not Rihanna. It's not Rihanna. I'm gonna go ahead. It's that new. Who's that chlamydia looking like?
Sexy red girl?
Yeah, that bitch. She looks like she's the definition of chlamydia.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi. Yeah, just a whole dude, bro. Just a whole ass grown man.
I'm sweating. I'm fucking dying.
All right. You might know this one. She's got a light-skinned friend. Look like Michael Jackson. She got a dark-skinned friend. Look like Michael Jackson.
See, I've been thrown off. We had Young Thug, we had Playboy Cardi.
It's all over the place.
Definitely, that sounds like a Lil Wayne thing.
Close in a sense, Kanye.
Oh, okay.
Kanye, yeah.
Yeah,
She got a
I should've
light-skinned
known.
friend look like Michael Jackson.
known.
She got a dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. That's crazy.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Rap is just one of my fetishes, like a dragon that's pregnant.
Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah.
You lost me in the fucking last part. I want to know. I'm trying to still like understand that.
Rap is just one of my fetishes,
Yeah.
like a dragon that's pregnant.
Who the fuck likes pregnant dragons?
Some weird ass guy, obviously.
Rap is just one of my fetishes. A pregnant dragon. That's not even a good bar.
It's just whack.
I can't even get it.
Young Jaden Smith.
Yeah, that motherfucker should not be rapping.
Yeah, bro, he's weird.
He
Real
should
weird.
not be rapping, bro. He got famous off of his daddy's money.
All right.
Say it proudly.
Fuck me good, give that bitch some bands, and tell that bitch shut up. I repeat.
Meek Mill?
Actually, new released YB came out like 3 days ago.
Nice. Okay. Sounds like a Meek Mill thing.
It does though. He go, fuck me good, give that bitch some bands, tell that bitch shut up. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Down to the final two. All right. Last one's crazy. Last one's wild. Okay. Here, like this one. She couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis.
Oh, I've heard this before. I think. No, it was a Mercedes one I heard before.
Okay.
I don't know.
That we cycled back to Kanye again.
Of course.
All right.
It might be. I don't know.
No, this one I'm just gonna have to struggle to read these words a little bit. All right. This is a quote of somebody else. These are not my words. If I played guitar, I'd be Jimmy Page. The girlies I like are underage.
Oh, arrest that man.
That's tough, bro. When you find out who said this shit,
Jeffrey Epstein.
the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys are out here saying that shit. Like, what the hell? That's wild.
What the fuck did they say? I play guitar like...
I'd be Jimmy Page.
Uh-huh.
The girlies I like are underage. That's fucking vile, dude. And it's like...
And we allowed this? Who passed this? Who said
song?
yes? Because I think you have to go in and you have to fucking present your music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna sit in that listening
The-
party and
the
pretend
label
like I
cleared
like
it.
underage girls because I'm strumming a no?
No, that's crazy. What's
You'd be castrated bow to stern if you said that in public.
dude, there's so many like old rock songs and stuff like that. There's so many like underage girl fucking lines and stuff like that. It's terrible. They're what's the one? My one buddy used to yell it all the time, and he'd look at me and be like, "Isn't that terrible?" Like, he'd just sing it and then look at me. He's like, "That's fucked up, isn't it?"
You said my buddy used to yell this all the time. And I immediately thought of Fusi in the airport. Hello, Akbar.
Yeah, dude, that guy's different, bro. That guy's so. Why would you keep why would you put yourself in that situation?
I'm about to blow up.
Yeah.
Yelling, bro. I'm gonna put
And
that
I'm pretty
clip.
sure, like,
Put that clip in.
yeah. Like, why? It's so just like
Bitch, I'm
a quick
about
way
to
to get
blow
arrested
up.
fast as fuck.
That's a J. Cole song. It's a J. Cole
Trying to
song.
get arrested in 10 minutes. Like,
bro.
that's a whole video idea.
Where did he fell off too?
Oh, that's the song.
What?
She's only 17. Do you know that song? Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's literally in the title. She's only 17, and then what does it say? It's at one point. It's like, but that's old enough for me. Or something. Like, dude, it's wild.
Who?
Yeah, she's only
allowed this?
17, but she's old enough for me. Like, that's fucking wild, dude. Times were different back then. You could make different ass music, dude. You couldn't be talking about that shit today.
I'm blown away.
Yeah,
with
just
society.
what would you call that? Open-ended
Pedophilia?
yeah, but like open-ended pedophilia? Like, you're just like telling the world you are. Like, what?
I mean, they have government
Mind-blowing.
officials going to an island.
Yeah,
They just released 75 pages of flight logs.
Jesus Christ. Like, all just like names.
No way it was a suicide. Yeah, like Bill Clinton, fucking
All the names and
initials,
shit.
like fucking da-da-da.
That's crazy.
70
Dude, that stuff is so messed up. Like,
pages.
it's like, it's just anything around the concept of like the use and abuse of people is mind fucking to me.
I seen a video online actually recently. There was a Holiday Inn, had a hole cut out in the closet, and people had thought that this tunnel dug into this closet of the Holiday Inn in one of the rooms was used to like traffic children and people. And
That's terrible.
bro, think
Yeah.
about it. Like,
That's yeah.
we have the busiest international crossing in the world.
It's a really fucked up
Think about how
reality.
many guns, how much drugs, how many people
Yeah.
pass by this area
Yeah.
daily.
It's a really and like
I turn onto that street,
Mm-hmm.
and at any point in time, we are next to a car, a truck, a
Mm-hmm.
van, a something with insane amounts of something illegal.
yeah, the potential's always there. Like the amount of people that cross in and out like where we are is what's that word? Abstinential or something like that?
Substantial?
Maybe.
We are giving out our location like crazy. Don't come for me. No, but actually though, we were supposed to have a sponsor for today's podcast, but there was something came up, and we're working on it. But we still appreciate it.
We cannot promote illegitimate products.
That is true. That is true. If you want to sponsor our podcast, we will review some things like this thing. If the company sees this,
Yeah.
I want another one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See, like, if he has one there, wouldn't it look really cool symmetrically if there was also another one here that I could use? Just the little things, you know?
Because within an arm reach, it's very inconvenient and impolite to reach across tables. you
Yeah,
know?
it just doesn't look good on camera either. Like, realistically, we should be in our own space. So
And I think they're bringing back COVID too. So even social
we might have to
distance-
space out, you know?
Exactly.
6 feet.
Oh man. I crack myself up. Sometimes I think you watch Kill Tony.
A little bit, not much.
Sometimes I think I could do a minute on Kill Tony, and then I think like my humor it would match theirs perfectly. It would not match everybody else's in the world. But I just personally don't think I could be funny if I wrote it down.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has to come to mind and just flow off the top.
I'm not funny at all in, like, trying to make a joke. My funny
Yeah.
is, like, pinging off of you type shit. I've noticed that as I've gone
You
up.
pick off of like just in general, everybody, like, if you have to write it down to try and be funny, I find it's not funny.
It's hard. It's a lot
Like,
harder.
If you could live in my mind for a day, I'd be laughing at the shit I say. If I had to write that down and read it to you, it wouldn't be funny the second time. So it's like, if I'm thinking of it and I'm laughing, it has to come off the top.
And like, it's funny now, but is it gonna be funny later? Type shit.
Exactly.
Like, do comedians who actually like write a stand-up skit and like do like an hour-long stand-up? Dude, that's crazy. And like, you actually have everybody involved the whole hour dying laughing. Like, that's a talent, because it's almost acting in a sense. Because like you said, like, we can all go write a joke down that we thought was funny, and like, it's more, how do you present it as as an actor almost, right? Like, how do you present the joke? Like, what words do you hit hard? What, right? Like, where do you put spaces in to like make things more dramatic? It's more how you build up the joke than the words in it itself. Almost, that's kind of what I've seen in like different stand-ups and comedies. It's the middle stuff.
I remembered what it was. It was comedy related. I went to see Tiffany Haddish at the casino with my mom. Long story short, the opening act was way better than the following act and the main event.
Really?
Yeah. That girl from LA, hilarious. The second girl, this is where it's gonna get you. She walks in, right? She walks in, and like, she got knee-high boots. She got fucking this like tight ass thing. She's walking around. She's pointing at people. She's like shaking herself, trying to get people's attention, whatever. And this group of guys behind me are catcalling her. Whoa, damn! Look at her, whoa!
Damn.
And then she gets up to the microphone and she's sitting there and she's going, "What, Windsor?"
No fucking way.
Bitch was a tranny.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, all the guys behind you.
They got up and left.
No way. They got up and left. That's terrible.
They were wilding.
Bro,
out.
she knew what she was doing. That's why she got up there shaking shit.
Exactly. As she got up there, she's like, "I've been in this casino all goddamn day and night, and all these titties, I've been getting mixed looks. I get dudes looking at me, and then they come back to me. They try to give me a drink. They're like, 'Yo, what are you drinking?' I'm like, let me get a whiskey on the rocks."
Yeah. Bro, the guys behind you just mad that they got bare finessed, bro. Like,
they got finessed. They got essentially called out in public. There was like a group of 4 or 5 of them, bro, just wilding out because the bitch is plastic. Like, you knew something was up from the time she stepped out. Like, she almost fell on stage, wilding out. Like, you can't walk in here, so you're not a bitch.
Yeah.
Regardless, anyway. Yeah.
Can't do the heel walk.
Yeah. And then she was just making fun of like trannies the whole time, even though she was a tranny. I get it, like, whatever.
I think you kind of like,
you have to.
well, that's what like people who are in wheelchairs make wheelchair jokes. People who are ginger make ginger jokes, right? Like, it all, you kind of, if you look at comedy, everyone's just making fun of themselves. That's why typically in comedy, bigger men are the people figures, because like a fat guy, like
the Machine, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, like, and like Tom and shit like that, right? Like that. Bigger dudes are more like get up there, complain about the world, talk their shit. Whereas like if you have a very attractive person come on stage, like, and they start complaining about the world and what's going on, you don't want to hear it from them necessarily, because you have this like subconscious thought in your head, like, you're attractive, like, you get more in life than, right? Like, so like with comedy, like when you have someone who's maybe on the ugly end, a bit bigger, and they're making fun of themselves and the world that they see in the world, that's genuinely more funny. It's more entertaining for most people, and that's why you see more people like that in the space.
Yeah.
It's also an outlet for most people.
It was just weird though, because like you expected the main event to be fucking, or the main act to be funny,
the best.
And bitch, like, I wanted to punch some hoe in the head. Straight up.
Not
like,
good.
It's not even rude saying it. You go to a show, right? Like, we went to Theo and we expected to not have a terrible time. We didn't have a terrible time.
It was good.
But I had a bad time at this one because fucking in our row or down the way, fucking this bitch is like the comedian's doing her act, and then this one bitch is yelling just from the crowd, like I don't even remember what she was saying, just asking stupid questions, trying to get her attention, ruining her shit. And then in the middle of the fucking act, this girl goes, "Yo, this is my show, bitch. Shut the fuck up."
Damn.
Just wilding out, bro. I was like, good for you.
Yeah.
Like,
good.
I don't know.
So
that's why I don't like public events, bro. People be thinking like, oh, it's all about me.
No, you know what ruined it?
Fuck off.
TikTok ruined it, because if you go on TikTok and you are on the comedy side of TikTok, like stand-up comedy or like Instagram Reels, all of that stuff, right? A lot of the comedians popping up right now, Matt Rife is one of them. Crowd work. It's all crowd work. And because that's what gets the most views. It's not that their show is all crowd work. Those clips are what get the most views. So that's what we are seeing. So that girl, she just wants to be in a clip. She just wants to be, right? Like she's seen comedy over the last year and a half as you can just scream and talk and it's funny and the comedian will riff back with you.
Like,
and
the bitch should have known from the start. We had to lock our phones up.
Oh, she's stupid. Yeah.
We had to lock our phones. Oh, I got another story from that night. We had to lock our phones up. So nobody was getting a clip. The bitch wasn't filming shit.
No. It's not that she's trying to record the clip. It's like, that's what she sees. Like, so that is her perception of comedy. Right? Like, that is her. When she looks on the internet and sees a comedic show, the audience is supposed to yell out and talk to the comedian, and you're just as important as the comedian type
I feel like it depends on the comedian. Like, there's only comedians that do fucking crowd work. There's other comedians that don't want you to do a fucking thing.
No.
Like, do you know who Jimmy Carr is?
I know the name. I can't put a face to it right now for some reason.
He's so fucking funny, bro. All he does, he's like, people will yell out to him kind of like how they were yelling at the thing, and he will just straight up make fun of them. Like, it's the funniest thing.
If I see a face, I'll 100% like no. Yes. Something's mom, like Greg's mom or something like that. That clip, yeah.
I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. All right. Done my second beer. I'm done my second dab. I think that's about time to call her. Thank you for watching the Second Spliff podcast, Windsor's only stoner podcast, where
your favorite stoner podcast.
Your favorite stoner podcast. That's actually the best way we can put it. I don't know if we're your favorite, but it's your favorite podcast from stoners. So, hey, it is what it is. But we appreciate every view, every share, every like, every comment. That shit is funny. Some of you leave some hilarious comments, and I love reading them. It's some good shit. But keep leaving them, keep sharing it, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Been so caught up in the moment, and now that I know this, it's time to get off the only road that I know. Since I've been playing tug of war with a rope of emotion, now we running around while we go through the motions, thinking